Welcome back to the show. We are Green Room Radio, the dopest pod. We're not a podcast, dopest radio show in Las Vegas. Welcome back, Will. Will
Yes,
is
sir.
back.
Yes, I'm back. I was in New York for a little bit.
What happened to your title, Will? You're Mr. Who?
Mr. Full-time CEO.
Okay, we
There
got
we
little
go.
Rach here.
What's going on?
And our special guest this week is Miss Gia Macool.
Hey.
Welcome to the
Hey.
show.
Welcome, Miss Gia.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Happy to be here.
Public speaker. What is it? A relationship coach?
I don't
She
call
was saying
myself
she
a
doesn't.
relationship coach.
What? Okay, well, that's what the internet
Hey.
calls
People
you.
love to label you on.
I saw
This is very
fitness
true.
guru.
Fitness,
They'll call
yeah.
you all sorts
Fitness
of things.
guru.
Mhm.
Let's just
Influencer,
throw out all the
things.
monikers.
Right. I mean,
They do.
let's just say she's just a hustler,
She's
right?
They gotta
look,
fit you into a box.
you know, the greatest of all time. Let's just give her the GOAT.
Right.
Greatest of all time in everything. There
I
you go.
love it. I love it. So, Miss Gia, where do you live?
Orlando, Florida.
Miss Gia, Orlando, Florida. Okay.
Yep.
And born and raised?
Born and raised.
Wow.
Why
How
did-
often?
why
How
did
often did you go to
Floridian?
Disney?
One or two times, like as a kid.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't even venture over there.
I would have went
Nope.
every
Stay
weekend
away.
if I lived
Dude, I
there.
went to Disney all the time. And I lived in Maryland. I'm doing it all.
Why does everybody think everybody from Florida is crazy? Why do they say that term, Florida man?
Well, I mean, not anymore. Like all the LA, New York, they're all there now. So it's turning like into a little LA. You're dealing with all sorts of people right now.
What is the crazy part of Florida? You said you're from Orlando. Is it Tampa? Is it Miami?
Florida just doesn't like in Orlando, people don't take crap, right? So like, we got our guns, we have our freedom. Like it was the only place during 2019, 2020 that, didn't have all the rules like everywhere
That is
else,
very true.
Mhm.
I was in
You
Miami
know,
every weekend.
right?
You were?
Every
Yeah.
weekend.
No. So that's just it. Like, and then you got gators walking around like squirrels,
Yeah.
How often is there actual gator attacks on people, kids,
Yeah,
animals?
it happens. Usually for people that, gators are going to look what's prey. So if it's like a small female walking a small dog, they'll go after the dog. And what ends up happening is the women will try to fight and then they'll end up getting grabbed,
Mm.
is how usually it happens.
Oh, wow.
So are they kind of like out here? Coyotes come out of everywhere. Do gators just come out on the main
Yeah,
roads?
Yeah, they're
That's
all over the
crazy. I would
place.
shit.
I'll be
Wow.
walking, doing my trail, and they're laying out in the sun.
So that's how they
sunbathing.
end up in Papados? Somebody hunts a gator in
Yeah, they'll
What
go
is that?
hide in the
What's a
bushes.
Papados? That's a
Yeah.
famous restaurant.
Oh.
Right there. We got to
They-
get through some gator
Yeah.
from Papados.
Oh my God! How is
Eat
gator?
some
Is that a-
alligator.
They say
It's like it depends on how you make it. So if you do like a sausage, it's good because they mix it with fat. But if you do just straight gator meat, it's kind of like a little tough.
they say it tastes like chicken.
So
Yeah,
like
everything does.
That's
So-
what I've heard.
Yeah.
Everything tastes
Snake.
like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Freaking, I don't know what else.
You
dude.
ate snake, Will?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Turtles taste like
Turtles.
chicken.
Probably.
So
don't
how
know.
did what? So what? Well, hang on. First of all, happy birthday!
oh, thank you.
Wait,
we-
today's
we
your
just-
birthday?
Midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Tomorrow.
heard
No
midnight.
way. Happy
Wow.
early birthday.
Happy early
Yeah.
birthday.
So your
Yes.
birthday would
Yeah.
be August 30th then.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's turning the big 3-0.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that a Virgo?
Yeah.
Oh, I got one right.
Okay, nice. I actually didn't even know that one.
Yeah. See, you didn't know. What
Is
a
that where
Vir-
the crossover
Virgo?
is? Right on the 30th?
No, it's
so-
before.
like the 22nd.
Yeah, like
Okay.
right around
Yeah.
there for every
Do you
sign.
follow astrology?
I do
Like-
not.
Okay.
Me
I don't even
neither.
believe
I
in
just
it.
know my brother is. That's all I know.
I didn't believe in it
Yeah.
until I realized somebody put me on that. I literally dated 4 Geminis in a fucking row, and someone gave me a book and I read it. I fucking shit. I was like,
That don't
bro,
count.
I'm like,
That
bro,
don't count.
yeah,
That don't count.
I
It has nothing to
shouldn't.
do with that. It has to do with women. Women think they're special, but women have more in common than they do.
Well, wouldn't that go the same way? Men think they're special. People think they're special, right?
That's true. They do. And that's what happens is they think they're the exception, so they ignore the rule.
I think with the zodiacs, people play into it now.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh, I'm crazy because I'm this."
Just because.
It's an
Yeah,
excuse.
it is.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
I believe
It's the
so.
same reason why women do the whole I'm manifesting or I'm majestic or like all these sayings. It all stems from that I'm special, I'm unique, I'm different.
Do you believe in manifesting?
I do not.
You do not.
Do you believe in? Do you
It's
believe
not
in?
that
Do you believe in faith?
What do you mean, like God? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure do.
Okay. See, because there are people that like don't believe in manifestation because they believe in God, and God has His miracles, God has His blessings. You know, God does everything right. It's not you manifesting it; it's God manifesting it for you.
Well,
Good.
if you look at any woman who says I'm manifesting, it's usually just an attractive girl who's having a guy fund what her dreams are,
Yeah.
right?
Funding her fun.
She
I've had somebody tell me that before.
fested the man.
You know, that could be a case, or you know, it could be them actually, you know, receiving what their intentions are. But it just depends.
Let me see a guy who's 5'2", broke, skinny, say I'm manifesting, and get those goals. That ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Manifesting.
Hey, I'd suggest if you're there at that and it's not working, try ecstasy. Something.
Try what?
Ecstasy.
Oh shit.
So
dude.
I was
I got
watching.
caffeine here.
So I was watching a documentary. It was talking about like the cons of money and something around those lines. And it talked about how people need some form of hope. And it's sold to people. And that's why so many people can get taken advantage of.
Mm.
So I think that manifestation is a part of that. Because here's one of the things that I found, Gia, and you can let me know, you know, based upon your viewpoint. A lot of the people who use the manifestation tagline, they're usually the poorest that I've met. Not trying to be funny.
Yeah,
And so they
no,
use the manifestation as a means or a mechanism to stay comfortable in life, because I personally believe, and this is just Will Roundtree's viewpoint, that as adults, as humans, as human adults, there's no accountability for your life for you to be a better version of you. So they use the manifestation to lie to themselves that, oh, I can just stay who I am because nobody's going to do anything about it. Nobody's going to check me. I can be unaccountable. So I would love to know your viewpoint on
I
that.
agree. It's the same thing as somebody saying, well, it was meant to be. I don't even like that statement. It was meant to be. No. If you've actually had to work hard, you've had to get everything from square one with nothing, right?
Right.
You've worked your way up to the bottom. You're not going to say that because you know that whatever you need to do, it has to come with action. It cannot just come through the mind. You can't just think, oh, I want to do something and not apply it and not do the action and not earn it.
So what about the laws of the universe? Does that apply?
Laws of the universe. What's that about?
Yeah, I've never heard
Well,
of
it's like if you think it and you believe it, it'll come into your reality.
It's the same thing.
But you still, but I mean, it can, but you still have to do the work.
Well, yeah, that's part of the
Yeah.
laws of the universe. There's 10 laws, and one of them goes into that.
Where did you get that from? That secret book?
Well, you know about that secret book. Did you
I
read
don't,
that?
but I've heard things
I think
similar
I-
coming
okay.
from people that read. The
Is that from the
Secret.
secret book?
You know the secret.
No, I read it, but it was literally over 10 years ago.
Yeah. I've actually heard that before. And a lot of these laws are regurgitated from other various teachings.
Mhm, absolutely.
And so, yeah, but I think it's a means to keep people in alignment to find some form of hope.
Well, sell some books. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
or sell some books. Damn it, I should have put that in
Have
my
you?
book.
Have you wrote any books?
I have
Yeah.
a branding book. Yeah.
A branding book.
Yep. How to brand yourself online.
Oh wow, that's actually a good one. Did
And
you
I also
bring
have
us
a
one?
relationship book. I will send you one.
Thank you.
Wow.
Absolutely.
True,
I'll
might need
sign it and
that.
send it.
The relationship one more importantly.
Yeah.
I'll take both of them.
Well, if you have a good brand, the relationships come.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
hey, there you go.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
actually, I think we sort of talked about that, right? If
Mhm.
you're, what got you in? So when did you start the fitness? I mean, I know she
Long
she
ago.
put fitness with a lot to do with, like I said, you're struggling in dating or whatever. But if you just get yourself in that fitness discipline and you're just on the right track doing your thing, it will naturally come.
I believe
It
that.
usually
Like
does.
what? Like how fitness and relationships kind of go hand in hand?
Well, yeah, just having discipline and like rather than, like I go into depression zones, but it's like you said, if you just stay on, if you're staying on your fitness routine, staying on your work routine, if you're doing all the right things, women will see that. And I think that's where they come, or men, they're attracted to that, and if you're depressed, they're not attracted to the guy who's just in the slums and just sitting there.
I think a part of that, people are attracted to order. Meaning, if you see someone who's disciplined in the gym, they're disciplined with their diet. some people are attracted to that.
Well,
You
because
know,
it signals that you're going somewhere, that
definitely.
you have
Mhm.
something ahead of
Yeah.
you. And women like to know that you got some plan because women are always on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
very
That's a
true.
good
Know that.
viewpoint.
What
Hypergamy.
Right. Welcome to life.
what is that? I don't even know what that is.
So,
Hypergamy.
what made you step into becoming a relationship coach?
So I don't consider myself a
Okay.
relationship coach, but I've been married 25 years and I was already helping people in real life, right? I was already over there talking to single people, talking to couples, helping them in their relationship. And so somebody basically said, why don't you put this stuff online? Why don't you do this? And I'm like, oh, I've never really doing workouts already. So I might as well just put a few things out there. And it
Mm.
did really well. I guess it was a different opinion than what's out there. So I said, I'm going to keep doing it.
What's
You
the-
start
well.
posting on Instagram or YouTube or
A
just like
little of
all the
everything.
platforms?
Yeah. Little of
Okay,
everything.
nice.
I heard him
Nice.
say earlier, Twitter. I'm
Twitter,
not on
a
Twitter.
lot of Twitter because it allows me just to like, it takes my face out of it and my body. 'Cause people love to like put you in boxes,
Oh, like
right?
how, like on
So if you
Instagram
look
and
a certain
stuff.
way,
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, she can't know this.
She can't
So,
have that opinion.
Yeah, like I said, she's married. Why is she showing her cleavage? She can't be in a good relationship because so I can't look good for my husband. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
that's what people do.
I
Mhm.
agree
That
with
is very
that.
true. Yeah.
What's been your longest relationship? Little Rage, since you're the youngest.
2 years.
See, we were talking. I was discussing that with her. I said I've had some long ones.
That was my first one, dude.
But I said, is it the one you're still in right now?
No, the
Your
one I'm
very
in
first
right
one?
now is going to be my longest. I already know it.
Okay,
hmm
we got to talk to him about that. But uh,
He's already in.
she's
He's
like,
already
she's
in on
locked
that
He
one.
might be like, man, I need to get the fuck out of here.
No.
What about you, Will? I never even asked you. You in a
Yeah. I mean,
relationship?
I've had 2 relationships in my life. Real
2.
ones.
Are
Yeah.
you finding it difficult here in Vegas as I do?
I mean, I'm that's honestly, I don't date. That's not my focus right now.
Good
Mm.
answer.
Yeah. I'm focused on
So what would you say
business.
to that with people? Like, I mean, I know that I'm very focused, but like I said, it still would be nice to have somebody to come home to every day.
I just don't think that you should be looking for it. Like I said, get your body right, get your finances right, know where you're going to be, in the next 20 years. Make sure you have like a solid plan, and then they'll come.
No, I firmly believe that because I know every relationship I have, it's like even when you create so much shit for yourself to do, you become so busy that you're like in your head, you're like, I don't even have time for a girlfriend,
Yeah.
but she comes.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're not looking, I do believe it
Yeah.
happens
hmm
more than when you're actually like physically out
Surround
there.
yourself with people doing more than you.
Yeah.
You're already in an atmosphere where you're out and about, you're doing things. You're going to naturally meet people.
hmm
They're going to naturally introduce you to people. And then you watch from afar. If you see a girl that you're attracted to, watch from afar. Don't jump on it. Watch how she reacts.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because every single time you get into a relationship and it fails, you end up feeling hurt. What am I doing wrong? So you have to make sure that you're invested, but more importantly, that she is just as invested. See, men like to do the whole I'll invest in her, and she just takes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if she's not willing to invest as well, don't even get yourself
Yeah.
invested.
No, I agree. Because I say, and I think this goes across the board just in life. I often say things don't go bad, they start bad.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times we force ourselves into bad situations because we like, oh, I really like this person. Whether it's a business relationship, a platonic relationship, a romantic relationship. So, yeah, we see the signs.
And people underestimate what happens when emotions are involved, right? So the first 2 years is an euphoric feeling. It's similar to any drug, heroin, coke. You're going to have the first 2 years feeling endorphins. After that 2 years, that starts wearing off. That's when you start noticing all the little intricacies, right? All their little the way they
Quirkiness,
slurp,
everything.
the way they do things, right? And then you start pointing, and that's what builds the resentment, Like I said, familiarity, being around them all the time. Sometimes that can kill attraction, So I always say if you can get past, for me, it was past the 10-year mark. That's when things got really good in my relationship.
They say that's like the secret
Yeah.
number being with someone is 10 years.
10 years.
You have to get past, because before that, I tell women this all the time. Stop trying to change him. Stop trying to nag him. He's, women will use the word, we got to be in alignment. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no such thing as alignment. Men think differently than women. Stop trying to make him like you. You're not going to have an identical twin. Let the man be the man. You be you. You work together to get the job done, and you support each other.
Why do you think women are struggling with relationships nowadays?
So many reasons, but I will say that women struggle to let go of control.
Mm,
That's
That's
a
a good
really
one.
big one. And so,
I can see that.
and that is, again, due to sometimes they're raised by a single mother who inflicted her pain, her
Mhm.
experiences,
Yep.
and told her, don't ever trust a man. Don't
Yep.
ever depend on a man.
Yep.
So she takes that into a relationship and he makes one mistake. That's it. He fails one shit test.
No
And
grace.
from then she will never let go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm taking the reins from now on.
Mm-hmm.
And then she emasculates him over time. She turns him into the exact same man she's going to cheat on somebody else with because he's not the same guy that she met because she kept nagging him. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I can do it better.
So do you think after being married, like, do you think that in relationships now, like, the crazy thing that I found is, like I said, I've always been, it doesn't even matter girl or guy. I'm a payer. I always pay, no matter if it's girls, guys, whoever. But, something I found out really random is like later on down the road in a relationship, the girl that I was with absolutely, besides herself, brought nothing to the table. How do you feel about, like, I mean, you being married for that long? Is it okay to kind of like throw in and be, yeah, I don't want to say equal, but you're still
Contributing.
contributing to the
Right.
Some form
household.
of reciprocity.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, if you want
Yeah.
to talk about my exact experience in
Mhm.
my own marriage, when I met my husband, he was coming out of a bad divorce
Mhm.
and he was in a lot of debt. And he had a son who was abandoned by the real mother. So I took on the child. I adopted him. I got my husband out of the debt. I bought the house. I bought the cars, and I invested in him. I believed in him. Now we build everything from the ground up
Do you have any
together.
friends or kids that I can tell them I'm 30 and man, that's the girl I've been looking for forever. Jesus. Not no, without the
That's
without the
my own
debt, but
experience.
I
Yeah.
mean, I do feel like I said, like I've out here especially what we were talking about,
Mhm.
everybody's reliant on this money thing, but it's
Yeah.
like
Because that's where they're placing value, and that's not where the value is. I
Yep.
knew that that's not what I wanted. That's not where I valued. He was somebody who I could depend on, somebody who loved me. He was like, I could talk to him about anything. He was who I wanted to go hang out with. So we built together. Now we're at a place where my son is grown. He's grown and gone. We can travel. We can do the things. So I tell women when they do the whole I want everything now, or I think I should have it all, or I deserve. I'm like, no, it's earned. And not just that, but you might be able to have it all, but just not all right now.
Mm.
So prioritize what's important. If having kids, if your husband, prioritize that first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can maybe, if you want to get into a job later or own a business, do that down the road when the kid's grown and gone.
and do you find, so like you said, so he was in some hardship coming into the
Mhm.
relationship, but throughout 25 years, it can flip flop a little bit. Was there ever a
Absolutely.
time where like you kind of
Absolutely.
got down and out for a minute and then he
Absolutely.
stepped in and like, I mean, I feel like that's just how it should be. And like I said, for my last relationship, not nothing. And so like you hit this turmoil and they just watch you burn and it's like, yo, I've been supporting you for 10 years. Like, what's up?
That's why I don't like it when people go, well, you should know my worth. No, everything of value takes struggle. If you're not willing to go through the struggle with that person, you're not going to build value.
Mm.
That's where it comes from. A man is
Mhm.
going to value you when he's seen you go through the hard and the good time. Why do you think the vows are in death do you part or in sickness and health? Why do you
Yep.
think those are the vows?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're going to be in a lot more sickness than you will in health in life.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
So
don't
if you're
want
only
to.
a fair weather friend, don't expect to have any value. They're not going to value you for that.
Yep.
No, and to that point, Gia, one of the things that I've learned and even just seen, in other circumstances, is that if you're not friends with your partner, it won't work.
So, okay. This is a funny thing. When you hear people go marry your best friend,
Right.
you hear that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We have a tendency to think that our mate or our spouse can be everything all at once. A husband, there cannot be two drivers in a car. There can only be one.
Right.
Okay. And if a man needs to unload, which every man has an emotional side to him, I don't care what people say, men have emotions too.
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna need to unload sometimes. But taking that to your wife and unloading on her is gonna kill attraction. So you need to have a strong group of male friends, a good brotherhood. That I'm very firm on. And when my husband, he had that. He had a good brotherhood. And I've always told him, go hang out with your friends.
Right.
Go anytime, go with your friends. You need that male group to say, yeah, I know what you're going through.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you. And so let me clean that up a little bit when I say a friend, because one of the things that I've learned, you know, whether it was my own personal relationships or seeing the relationships that I've been around, is that you'll treat a friend better than a spouse when you two aren't friends.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, whereas, you know, you could be with a spouse and because you love her, but you don't like her, or vice versa.
You want to enjoy your time.
You want to enjoy your time with that
But
person.
you know how you do that, right? They have to be attracted to you and not the lifestyle.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a million
You're not
layers.
going to find
Absolutely.
that person who's a friend if they married you for the lifestyle.
I
Many
totally
women
agree.
are not marrying their first choice. They're marrying the guy who's there, who proposed to her, and her timing and her whole I need to have a baby, and it's the lifestyle she's marrying the lifestyle.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that? Some this has gone on for a long time, but when you're with somebody for a long period of time and then you end up going your own ways, and then you know how you are and everything you were about, I guess that they were attracted to, and then you see their next partner and it's like the fucking dead opposite spectrum.
And you
And
lose
you're like,
respect
what?
for her.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
and you lose respect for them.
you think somebody like that style of person, but then all of a sudden it goes night and day. But I mean, I guess that could be controlled by money because, like you said, if they're attracted to him financially, really they don't care what they look like in a nutshell.
If she left you for somebody else, she was chasing a feeling.
A feeling, yeah.
And that's worse than cheating on you or leaving you for sex because you're chasing something that's not real. So you will end up with somebody who you're going to look at like, what the hell was that about? Because it wasn't even about him.
Yeah, no, I've seen that a lot, and it just really brain like fucks me because I'm
It's
like,
just like
what?
the women and the men that date the same people over and over again. Like, why do I keep attracting this? Why does this keep happening? You know, it's like, well, that's
why when girls go, gotta find somebody who gives you the butterflies, I laugh. You know, I'm like, no,
anybody
you're
can give you the
chasing the
butterflies.
tingle.
Yep.
You don't understand.
Eat some bad
love's an
Chipotle
act.
on a date. You're gonna have butterflies.
So that maybe bubble guts too. Shit.
We were talking about this earlier. I don't know. I'm reading off this, but it said, in your experience, what is the importance of sex in a healthy relationship and marriage?
That's
So I know we were talking about it earlier.
What bonds?
It's what bonds.
Like without it, you basically have a tenant who isn't paying rent. You need to serve the notice.
Oh my God. I got so many notes.
How do you serve that notice?
You let them know you're not going to put up
You
with
give
it.
a 30-day notice?
No, you're just going to let them know.
This is
you're not going to tolerate
Right.
this. And either we fix it or I'm going to make a decision. You don't need to give full disclosure. You don't need to say what that decision is. You serve the notice.
Ooh, man. I could have served so many notices.
Men do this a lot. They like give full on details of what they're going to do. She'll sabotage that real quick.
Well, that's
You
what
think so?
we were speaking about that, and it's saying like she was saying like you got to stay like attractive because you know like what I was saying, when you're with somebody and they're super busy and so are you, and all of a sudden you come together and it's like you're tired or one or the other. In my case, you know, going over here to the porn and stripper people, when you're doing that for an 8-hour period of time, and it doesn't matter what the guy is, you're dancing, you come back and you're not interested at all.
Yeah,
I'm too tired, and then you're just like, well, shit, what, you know, I'm just at the end of the road. But I mean, that could be even just in a normal relationship. I'm too tired. I've been with the kids all day. I'm too tired. I've been working all
That's why
day.
a lot of the strippers turn lesbian.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
It's not about sex anymore.
Yep.
They become numb to that side.
That's what I said. I feel like, you know, when we were saying that they have this disconnect with guys because they're watching guys that come here for that short period of time.
Oh, they're watching the husbands cheat on their wives.
So I call them like most porn stars have been around, even the ones I've had no relationship with. They seem like man haters. They really do. And I'm just like, it can go both ways. I mean, there's male strippers too. I mean, I don't know if it's the same, but yeah.
Feminism told women that liberation was freedom, and it was really exploitation and ignorance. So of course they're going to be walking around mad. They're told a lie
because it sells.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all about money. At the end of the day,
Money,
all of these
control.
movements, it's money. You know, you gotta have something to talk about. And you gotta have some form of hope to sell people, and then the goalpost of hope continues to move.
Deeper than that.
Yeah,
it's a parasocial interaction. Basically, people have said, "I don't care about what's real anymore. I'm going to sacrifice the real for the emotions."
Yep.
So what they do is they go online and they get addicted to the emotional that what's feeding them. It's no different than any other drug.
Agree. I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
But then that's what turns into the mental illness, because over time, it's a slippery slope.
So you feel that all of these different dopamines now, which social media is like the newest one, it creates a level of psychosis of people don't even know what's reality.
No, they don't
anymore.
care about what's reality.
They really
reality
don't.
is not
They
does
really
not
don't.
give them the drug.
They
Does
need
not
to
give them the high.
We probably
They
should even
need
remove that word.
Yep.
Which one?
Reality.
Reality. Yeah.
It's
Don't
like,
want
Nowadays,
it.
2025.
Why do you think men can go to the AI? Why do you think the AI
Because it does the same thing.
They don't
that
care if it's not
Gets to
real.
the same dopamine
They
rush.
don't even want it to be real.
Well,
Real's boring.
when you say why
That's
do
too many
men go to AI,
problems
what do
now.
you mean?
Real.
Why are they choosing pixel butt?
Are you serious?
Pixel
I haven't
booty.
seen that. I must scroll past that
Hold
one.
on,
That
hold
was
on,
not
what
in
is
my
it?
algorithm.
Look, AI is
Pixel
getting
butt.
really good now.
Pixel butt?
Yeah, it's not even real women. They know it's not real women. They
So
don't
they're
want
just humping
real.
the air?
No, they don't need it anymore. They get all their emotional feeding through the AI,
They can
through
still
the
talk.
virtual world.
Still talk to them.
Yeah. Why do you think
Oh my
this?
God.
I get in this discussion
Oh my
about
God.
OnlyFans.
Let me turn my
all the
speaker
time.
off so it doesn't come up on my
There's-
algorithm now.
I have this discussion about
Oh,
OnlyFans all the
shit.
time because people are like, why would you pay all this money when you can get all this stuff for free? And I'm like, you don't understand it. It has nothing to do with the content. It doesn't even have to do with the girl. What's being told to these guys in those DMs isn't even the model. They don't even get that from their own girlfriend. Their own girlfriend won't say, come on my face. They can't even get their own girlfriend to say that.
Yeah.
So what do? They
Seek it
are
elsewhere.
paying for the service, for the not reality. They're paying for the emotional,
For the delusion.
the emotional connection that they're getting. Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, I believe
And it turns to a mental illness, and you wonder why men start dressing up as women and transgender, and I have an identity crisis. This is where it starts.
This is a rabbit hole.
Why do you think that the creators of social media, why do you think who created the actual devices wouldn't even give their own own family the device?
That is true.
They know where this was going.
They wouldn't.
It
So
rewired
what?
the brain.
Like the
Yeah.
Facebooks and stuff. They
Oh,
wouldn't.
dude, it definitely
Yeah,
rewires
Mark
my brain.
Zuckerberg's children are not on.
Yeah.
He doesn't even allow them on social media.
Ooh. Yeah, I
There's
have
a
I have a
reason why.
problem. I'm seeing kids like my kid just started kindergarten and they gave them computers.
Like tablets or
Yeah.
like
I believe tablets, yeah. But I just heard the word computer and I'm like, each kid's assigned a computer.
and they're
I'm like,
5.
At 5.
Like why do you need a computer at 5? Like let's play with toys. Let's
say this
let's
all
play
the
with like
time.
shaving cream
I didn't
again.
even have a
People
cell
think-
phone until I was 20.
Parents think
Damn.
giving kids a phone is their access to the world, but you're actually giving the world access to your children. So I always
Ooh,
say,
yeah.
like, if you can't pay for your own cell phone bill, why do you think I'm going to give you that device? Why? I didn't give my son a phone. He had to buy his own phone. Just same thing with the car. If you can't pay, go work for your car. The enabling is out of hand,
It is out of hand.
It is.
and it's on every level.
Wow.
And it does need to be stopped, like with the parents, like don't give your fucking 4-year-old a cell phone. Like I work at a restaurant, on the weekends. And so I see people like give their kids like a cell phone while they're like, oh, the parents are having a conversation or
Right.
having a glass of
It's the
wine. But hey, go
distraction.
just give it to the kid. The kids play Kids like has the screen right
They-
up here to his
They
face.
go on
Like,
YouTube.
dude, like
yeah.
I know what I feel after I have a screen to my face. Like, imagine what the kids feel like. Like, these kids are developing. Like, I'm already developed, you know? Like, these kids are developing, and I feel like shit being on my phone. I'm like, imagine what these kids feel like. Are they getting good sleep? How's their attention span? Are they focusing right? Like, what's going on inside their brain? Are they comparing themselves to other people now? Like, there's so many things that it's like you are creating like a mental disease from like allowing that to happen, basically.
Yeah,
And it doesn't
speaking.
even stop there. Like, look at our
No.
food manufacturers. They're
Oh,
literally
it's
sitting around like table, like what we are right now, coming up with ways to addict you to the addict.
Yes.
Instead of food.
Yep.
I actually
That's
just
how they're
read an
doing it.
article, or I saw an article about this teenager, 16, who he felt he was socially awkward, and he started developing a relationship with Chat GPT,
Oh gosh.
and he started talking and developing feelings because of the responses he was getting back. And he started talking to Chat GPT and said, if I don't feel like being here, should I, commit suicide? And some of the responses were coming back to him as if you should do what you feel.
Oof.
And I'm paraphrasing
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So now there's actually a lawsuit against Chat GPT because
See, I've
of
never even been on that.
that.
Like,
Have you
I'm
heard
thank
about the
God.
app who can trace your dead loved one? It will trace
Like the
text
ancestry?
message. No, you can plug your text messages. Well, let's say you lost your father or your brother. You can plug those text messages into this app,
Right.
and it will duplicate the way your loved one talked to you.
I have
And
And it
heard
will
that.
send you pictures.
I
And
have
these
heard that,
people
yeah.
are addicted to. That's what I'm trying to
That's like
say.
I'm
some
like-
seance.
Oh my
That's
That's
like,
what I'm trying to
yeah.
tell you. This is not about reality anymore. People don't want the reality.
No.
They want that emotional connection. That's what they're
Mm.
chasing.
It's
Wow.
funny. It's like we're searching for that, but at the same time, we're all getting farther and farther away from that.
So they're isolating themselves away from friends, everybody that they know, because why? Their friends are going to tell them the real. They don't want the real.
You don't know what's so interesting?
Mhm.
When I'm having a bad day,
Mm.
I make sure I get out the house.
Hmm.
Like if I had
You're
a
old school. People
Yeah.
nowadays are like, oh, if I have
No,
a
they-
bad day, I am making sure I am not leaving that
No.
house. Nobody is seeing me. And you know why? Because, okay, I'm born in 96, right? I have friends that are like literally like that. Like, oh, if I'm having a bad day, I am not leaving the house.
I
No, they
force
won't even.
myself
They won't
out.
even call a friend.
no,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
say, hey, I'm going through this, because they don't want
'Cause
to
then we
admit
shamed.
that we're weak
Yeah.
Yep.
or that
Mhm.
we need help. Heaven forbid we
Yes.
need to admit that we're wrong or we need help.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
when you were saying earlier about
Mhm.
the boys, and I was telling you how I'm so isolated. My family lives in Michigan, and it's crazy because I've been in and out of this child custody court for 3 years. And my kid's mom actually asked me, she's like, did you tell your mom or your brother?" And I'm like, "No." "Why?" And I'm like, "My mom's 73 years old. Do you think I'm gonna tell her that I'm fighting with a porn star over some bullshit ass stuff?" Like, I don't even want, like, that's not even something she should be thinking about, like, at that age. But I don't have that, Vegas is in pockets. I don't have you got acquaintances out here, but I don't have like the circle where I can go to some in particular guy and be like, "Hey man, what do you think about this?"
A non-biased opinion.
Or, the people that you do, you don't even know if they're riding with you or
Yeah.
against you, or
Mhm.
everybody will give you an opinion. So I just don't say shit. But, I do hold on to a lot of stuff, but I also am like, you don't want to, especially your family.
You don't want to be a burden.
You're going to put the same level of stress you got on yourself. Now they're worried. So I tend to like hold
But it's
back.
hard. That's
That's why you need a group of guys. That's why I say.
Yeah. No, and I mean it makes sense with what you said, but about like finding them, and where do you find these people at?
You may
You
have
know?
to create it though. So like,
Yeah.
believe it or not, the reason I created my social group, even within my business, was to have that outlet. So when I'm speaking to my group, that's therapy for me. So even though I'm talking to them, I'm telling myself these same things. Hey, we got to do better. We got to so sometimes you just have to create it.
Yeah.
No,
No,
and I think
that's what I think
yeah.
with doing this show. I always tell people, I'm always like, this is what gets me out of the house or out of a studio, and it gets me like, now I'm interacting with people that
Yeah.
aren't from here, and you're meeting all different walks of people. And I said,
Mhm.
this is like my fun day for me,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then I said, and then I kind of just go back. I don't want to call it hiding, but I'm just like, there's so much bullshit going on out here in Vegas that it's hard to like, I don't know if dating sites work. You know, like
They don't. They
again,
don't.
I branched into some of those because I'm like, you know what? Obviously, if you have kids, you should probably look for someone who has kids and they understand. But I'm like, girls aren't really trying to talk to you at the gym. Like I said, I
Girls
have
are never trying to talk at the gym, true.
yeah, oh
Okay,
yeah,
let's
hey,
be
no,
real here.
being that
Does
you
not
said
matter if
stuff
you're in
about the
fucking
gym.
Florida or Alaska.
I'll
Like,
never forget this as long as I live. When I first got out here, first year in 2005, I was at the gym and there was this beautiful girl and she left her like water thing in the cup holder of the machine I was using. And I was like, excuse me, miss, like to say it. And she was like, she takes her headphones off and she's like, stop fucking talking to me. And I was like, I'm from Michigan. And when you travel the world, you can get off a plane and all of a sudden everybody's your friend. You just make friends.
mhm.
And I, from that day forward, I'm like, I will fucking never speak to anybody at the gym, especially a female, ever again. I'm like, that was my one and done. Like, and I was like, I didn't even from there, I'm just like, I think this is your water bottle. But she still didn't change the tone at all. But I was like, the lesson I learned there. But then, I mean, I'm kind of like that too. I mean, obviously, if a girl or a guy addressed me, I'll say something. But I kind of get in a little zone in the gym where you kind of really don't want to have
But these
conversations.
are the same women that turn around and say, "Where have all the good men gone?"
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's very true. So, like, how do you navigate the space being a woman? With all the negativity and everything.
I ride solo. I'm used to being a loner, and I also
Mhm.
understand that respect is earned. Okay,
Mm.
and respect doesn't exist online.
That's a
So
good one.
unless you have actually meet that person and like how we are doing this thing,
Mhm.
why would you respect them? You don't know where they are, and there's too much smoke and mirrors online.
That's very
So if
true.
somebody gives me heat, they don't know me. I don't take it personal. I let them go. I don't think about it.
Are you a blocker? Do you believe in that?
Yes, if they're malicious, I block.
This is a crazy story. The girl that I dated for 11 years. She was so mad one day. She's like, I'm fucking pissed. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I hit my block limit on Facebook. And I'm like, your block limit? What's that? And she's like, 200 people. I'm like, I don't even fucking know 200 people. Like, you blocked 200 people? And I'm like, now what do you do? Well, now you just got to go and see who can be reinstated and who. But I'm like, if you block 200 people, something's fucking going on. You're the problem. Like,
I have a
that
lot
was
of
shocking to me.
impersonators. Okay.
See, that happened to me before
Mm.
too.
Impersonating?
Yeah, I had a
They
lot.
steal
Oh, 'cause-
stuff of mine that never was published. This has happened like a decade ago. It was personal content of mine. They stole it. And ever since then, all these trolls come at me, and why do they need to create, like, I just hired a new company and every month we take down over 1,000 fake Google links.
That's crazy.
So you're asking yourself, why? Why is this happening? Well, because
Right.
I'm not supplying for the demand. There's a big demand to see me a certain way in the media. And I'm not supplying them that. So they're creating their own supply
Mm.
because it's easy to grab the following and make money. And they just clickbait it. So once you click on thinking you're going to see me, they shift to somebody else and they
Mm.
make their money.
Oh, like, look, we got these leaked photos.
So then they come to the real person and then they start going off. Oh, you did this. Oh, you're doing.
Like, you scam this, you scam that. Like, no, actually, I didn't.
You're
You
a
just
grifter. You do this. No, you just are going to the lies. So that's when I block, because if you're going to come at me like that, you deserve it.
Yeah, well, I feel like, I mean, we had a thing one day where I don't know what it was. It was, I guess, a more popular video than whatever. But in this particular one, remember the day that everybody was going at you?
Oh, yeah.
But everybody has their day of that happening. But it was so crazy to see that. But I'm like, you know what? I think a lot of times with girls, just
Girls
from
are
what
targets.
I've learned,
for
what I've
sure.
learned, like I've watched these webcam girls and all kinds of whatever. Guys do that because they just want you to respond to them.
No,
Now, if
it's a
you
desire.
do,
It's a projection of desire.
and if you
They
just say something,
desire
yeah.
you. And so that is their way of basically saying, I want you, I can't have you, so I'm gonna neg you.
It's like that red pill, blue pill type shit or whatever.
Yeah, we were speaking about that. You've actually, so since I brought it up, I had said that, Michael's a friend. She's done his show. I was saying, I'm not I'm not a big fan of what they're speaking about on the show. But I mean, what did you think when you were on there? I mean, because you're a female.
Yeah, like they try to like pick apart like women, and stuff like that. Like I like Michael. It's just like the show is kind of like, oh, with these facts and this data, and I'm like, dude, you fucking interviewed 50 people and you got this data and it's like, oh, these numbers, and it's like, are
That
these even real numbers? It's like, statistics are all bullshit anyways. So
I felt like he described a lot. I feel like what he does with girls is, so say you look up a fact like, you know, how many men do you think date, guys that are, or how
oh
many women date
yeah, more women
6 foot
that like
guys? And he has the answer, but of course a regular person doesn't. Oh my God, you don't know that?
yeah, like the
Well, the only
more
reason
women
you
you
know it
date,
because you
more
fucked and you looked it up and you re-say it over and over and over. So of course not. So I feel
yeah.
like it's a kind of like they're hitting these girls with these questions that they're going by data, and I'm like, data isn't. I mean, I guess you could look at it, but it's not true in all facets of what they're saying.
Well, okay, like I said before, they're not here to like really have any opinion or come back with any rebuttal or debate. So I don't have an opinion on them, right?
Yeah.
But I will say you have to ask yourself, why are they popular?
Mm-hmm.
They're popular because right now we are in a place where, like I said, it's a parasocial interaction. People are feeding the emotions. If you've been hurt by somebody, okay, or you've had toxic relationships in the past, you're going to go on there to get validation. You want to know that it's not your problem. It was their problem.
Yep.
So this is all it is that there's a lot of bad relationships. There's a lot of blind leading the blind, and they're going to where they're feeding that emotion.
Yep.
So it's very easily to monetize it. That's why there's so many. That's why these accounts are popping up every day.
It's
It's
very
a very
true.
easy way to. So I don't look at it like, oh, it's just him or these 5 people. No, everybody's doing it. They're everywhere. They're just
Yeah, it's
saturating the
kind of,
market.
yeah, like I said, it's a different. I always say like all these people, like, off of the subject of just their show, I give them a chance and I like them just for who they are or whatever. But
Yeah, I'm
when you
sure if you
go,
have conversations with them in real life, they're awesome.
yeah, like
Oh,
there's
for sure.
like, there's the Fresh and Fit, even Dan Balzerian, a lot of stuff he's saying now. He's got, a mentoring program, and I don't know. I don't know if it's,
Remember, if you are a provocateur, if you are a professional provocateur, you're going to do very well on social media.
Period.
Okay. Has nothing
what
to
does
do
that
with them
mean real
personal.
quick? 'Cause I'm
Just
not
somebody
familiar with
who
Provocateur.
says
Shock
things
jocks,
to trigger.
like shock
Yeah.
jocks. Yeah.
Charleston White,
Charleston White.
prime
Yeah,
example.
Yeah. You're
Yep.
going to do very well. And, I don't blame them. That's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
That's why they're known.
Yeah, something I
Yeah.
saw the Fresh and Fit guy do, which I don't know them guys personally, but it was crazy because I think, what's his name, the main one, Myron. So somebody said he was in law enforcement, but it was crazy because when I watched his show a couple times, he starts off by going around and he's asking these girls questions, and then what kind of gets exposed, which is absolutely crazy to me, is throughout that hour, 2 hours, however long they're sitting there, the girl will actually forget what she fucking told him, but he already wrote it down, and he'll be like, "What do you mean you agree? You said you didn't do this." And then it's like catching them, and like I said, I don't think it's really what he's doing is like very, it's smart, but it's like the girls, I guess, aren't remembering what they said in the first place, and that's what he's catching them on because he's taking really good notes as he goes. But somebody said he
They
was in.
bring on the girls to prove their points.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why they're bringing on the girls. So,
Is there any girl shows out there that bring on guys and just
There
blast
isn't.
guys?
There isn't.
Yeah,
But then again,
I'm
you have
shocked.
to understand the demographics, right? So social media is mainly men are the actual consumers and women are the suppliers. So there's going to be less women supplying and more men consuming. So right now, especially on Twitter, it's a male dominated platform.
Mm.
So of course they're going to side and they're not going to want anyone coming up. I mean, I know I've been getting heat from day one. Anytime if you're not just looking pretty, shut up and look pretty. That's what they want you to shut up and look pretty. That's what they want. So as soon as you speak anything, it's going to be problems. It's just what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to bring something back that you talked about earlier, Gia, about hypergamy. And in this world of, modern women, do you think hypergamy hurts them?
I don't think hypergamy is a bad thing when it's in a controlled setting.
Okay.
Like they don't have social media. They're in a small town. They're just trying to find. They're optimizing their suitors in that area. I
Correct.
think because look at it like this. My husband, for instance, very simple guy. He would be fine in a tent. Literally, you give him a tent and some fire and some ice, and he's good. Okay. Most guys are very, very simple. They don't need all the
Absolutely.
things.
I would agree.
It's
Mhm.
because of her. I want this. I want that. I want.
So he goes out there
Mhm.
and
He's gonna push. He's gonna push for
leveling
her.
up and
Okay.
yeah.
So it's not that trying to do better is a bad thing. When you add technology into the mix, now what you're doing is adding an illusion of options.
I agree. So there has to be some
Mm.
boundaries
Right.
when that
Discernment. We don't have enough women with discernment.
level up
They're not aware.
on
They
that
believe the
journey.
lies. They believe the illusions. So they
Mhm.
keep on, there's the next and the next and the next.
You know, that's so interesting. I was speaking on a topic once about real estate because I do a lot of real estate talking events. And I said, you want to know what one of the most dangerous things sometimes, especially for brand new couples, is finding that dream house because the dream will always get bigger.
The American
Mm.
dream is a scam.
It's always going to
Yes,
get
it
bigger.
is.
I mean, that's America's marketing campaign, the
Yeah.
American dream. And so
Yep.
so you end up finding yourself chasing something that you will never be satisfied with. And that goes back to
Mhm.
like you talked
Intentional.
about the psychoticness of the human brain now,
Mhm.
because as soon as you get into your dream home, you get on the internet and now I see True's house.
Even
Now I want
better.
True's house. Then I see Lil Rach house. Oh, I want so like
Mhm.
it's very sickening.
Yeah,
Social
that
media rewards gluttony, lust,
Yeah.
greed.
Mm.
Michael
Sins.
Sartain quotes this. Yeah, he said it a couple times, and I mean, I agree with it. But he says social media is fake, and I'm okay with that. That's what that was. That's one of the things he says a lot, and it really is.
Guys are better at noticing those things. Women kind of get lost a little bit more. They're more impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I think like when girls love to go, oh, he's porn brain. Oh, porn is bad, right? They love to do that, and I'm like, social media is a lot worse, whole lot worse,
I agree. I agree
because you don't
Yeah.
know what's real and what's fake. At least
Definitely.
men know when they're watching porn. Well, I shouldn't say all of them, but you know,
Yeah.
for the most part, they know it's not real. And if they were getting a woman to give them enthusiastic sex, be their own porn star, they probably wouldn't even watch porn.
You're right. I agree with that.
Because I'm sorry, you look at some of those girls on there. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, what was
did
like,
she
like
audition for this?
like
or-
what you were saying about you know, the fitness and stuff. When I went, you know, I'm not a porn watcher. I knew who Jenna Jameson was. That's about it. But when I went into that world, I was like, so who are these people? Like, who should I be looking for? And you know, I got a list, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get some pictures from my studio. And I walked around. I'm like, none of these girls matched up with their pictures. And I'm like, I came back with 0 pictures. And she was like, "You didn't get a picture?" And I was like, "No, they were either overweight, extremely underweight, lost in the sauce, like a straight disaster."
So I like when women say, "Oh, porn, you know, encourages unrealistic expectations for men or whatever," and I'm like, "Well, actually, I don't necessarily agree because most of the girls on there don't really look good. I think it's the act, it's the enthusiasm, it's the look of desire that she's giving him that he wants from you. He would want from his girl. If you could look at that man with that same desire, probably wouldn't even look at porn ever."
Mm.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think it's phasing out. I think the whole you know, ever since OnlyFans came around, I think I mean, just I don't know for sure, but it's like I feel like there's a lot of old heads that were creating these scenarios in porn, like these brother, sister, all this weird ass shit. And I feel like ever since OnlyFans came in and people are shooting their own content, now they're choosing. I mean, I don't know if you say better looking people, but it's crazy because the porn stars are like, that girl's not a real porn star. Well, she's fucking doing way better than you know. But there's a real mix up with that, with the porn and the thing. But I think it's turned the page is what I'm thinking.
OnlyFans took over because it gave a relatability factor that porn didn't, right? Men know that that's a set. They know she's getting paid to do that.
Mhm.
OnlyFans is like, oh, she's really that way. She's the girl next door. Maybe she's the cashier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could get that.
Mhm. And I could text her. talk to
There
her
you go.
and send her
And I can
pictures
meet up with
too.
her.
Wow.
And
Yep.
she's not going to make me look bad because nobody knows who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly enough, traveling the world, like I said, I grew up in a four-way crossing. So I was oblivious to this. So when I was watching people like webcam and stuff, this girl had a thing, and I was like, "What was that thing that you were saying?" And she's like, "Oh, I had to give a guy jerk off instructions." And I'm just like fucking baffled. I'm like, I'm like, that's bad parenting. Like,
Bad
who the fuck
parenting.
needs jerk
Bro,
off instructions?
nobody taught that to their kid. Hey, I'm gonna teach you with a jerk off
Whoa.
instructions. Like
Now-
what, bro? Nobody
Yeah, but
taught
now,
that.
Now you got these girls saying they're virgins, right? You got these girls saying they're virgins.
Yeah.
Okay. The porn star men have a visceral disgust to see all these men run through. But with a OnlyFans, I'm a virgin. I've never been touched.
But she could be fucking guys on the back end. You would never know. But
She'd never tell you
online,
anyway.
but
Wow.
online, she's a sweet,
Yeah.
innocent girl.
I studied webcam.
It is so true. It is like a delusion, and it's like playing into a fantasy, and it's not reality. It's really not anymore.
No,
So-
when I was researching the whole webcam thing, and there was the sexual girls, and then there was the girls putting stars on a Christmas tree with their name on it, and like they're both killing it in different ways. So I'm like, what is really fucking going on here? Like, and what I like made it is I'm like, it's kind of like your own little TV show. So really, it doesn't matter what you're doing, but sometimes people just like to watch what you're doing.
Everybody's an entertainer. That's why when people are like, oh, this she's no good because she does this or whatever they say. I'm like, podcasters are kind of the new OnlyFans girls. Like everybody's doing the same thing. Everyone's
Yeah.
entertaining. When you at the
Some
end of the
form.
day,
Yeah.
everybody's chasing the dollar.
Their Instagram channel, it's a form of OnlyFans. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're trying to create this highlight reel
Yeah.
for me to get engagement and have people like my pictures and videos.
You got
It's the
these
same thing.
shows shaming all these girls, but then they need the girls for the views.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So
that's,
you wouldn't be doing what you're doing if it wasn't for the girls. So it's like everyone's watching. I got people in certain spheres that will talk crap all day about girls doing this or that and the other. And then they're the ones managing them behind the scenes
Yep.
and no one sees.
Yep.
Wow.
That is so
yeah,
true.
I heard a lot
Can't
with
take
because
anybody
it's
serious.
paying their bills at the end of the day. So
the fresh and fit
Yeah.
guys when they would kick a girl off. The particular, I knew a few of those that got kicked off, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah," and then they were calling them 5 minutes after the show was over to hang out. So again, it was like using a prop,
See?
but
Social media is going to be one of the greatest destructions of human beings ever.
I
before. I'm
agree.
telling you,
I
in 10
definitely
years from
agree.
now, you're going to see some.
so you think it's going to get even worse?
Oh, yes.
10
It's
times.
going to get
Dude.
gnarly.
A
It's gonna
million.
get real
A million
gnarly.
times
fast.
worse.
Bad.
I 1,000% agree.
I'm scared to death with a 5-year-old daughter. I'm like,
Because you're going to have
"Holy
a
shit."
divide, right? You're going to have a group of people that are tired of it and they're going to get offline. They're going to start doing more social, real interactions. They're the ones that are going to strive for the family, the marriage, all
Mhm.
that. Then you're going to have the other side that's just chasing the emotion. That's when AI, that's when all the fake voices.
Yeah.
It's already eerie with all these fake voices, fake videos.
Yeah.
You can't even tell. Can
Yeah.
you imagine a few years?
no.
I mean, it's going to be.
And
like,
10,
the
yeah.
people staying online, it's already, look at that. Twitter is pretty much over 60% bots and fake profiles and burner accounts.
There's so many people. What's crazy? I
Already.
never got on Twitter, but that is where
Yeah, I'm not
the
on there.
porn
either.
world is. That's where like
Everything.
athletes are on
But
there.
all these platforms are the majority fake impersonator burner accounts. The real people is already a very tiny amount, right?
Mhm.
So
That is true.
Yeah.
So if you could sit down with like young women nowadays, what advice would you give them?
got to be aware of the lies, got to open up your eyes. You can't, like I said, you can't have it all right all at once.
Mm.
You can have it all, but not all at once. You got to be willing to prioritize what's important first, which is the family, which is the husband. You look for the man, not for the lifestyle, because all that's going to be gone.
So if you had an opportunity to talk to a group of men,
Mm.
what advice would you give them?
Same thing I told you.
Okay,
Get your body right, get your finances right. Don't chase women.
definitely.
You got to find that thing that makes your eyes light up. Find that thing that makes your eyes light up. That's not a woman.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I used to tell people one of the things, being in isolation, I
Mm.
started just on the side of what I was doing. I started throwing concerts, And I said, what was so crazy about it is when you put the work it takes to put a concert together, and then you walk out there on stage. And at the time, I'm 24, 25. And I was just like, you're looking out in the crowd and you're like the only one in there that knows it besides maybe the people you hired. And it's like, I did that. And that right there gave me for everything you're giving up, the girls, the whatever, but not one person out there knows that you're the guy who did it. So I found like gratitude in just completing something of that magnitude, even though nobody knew that you did that.
Do you read the Bible?
No.
There's a scripture that says anybody chasing selfish wants will turn a blind eye to common sense. I know I'm not quoting it exactly, but how do we get to the point where common sense is no longer selfish wants? Everybody chasing selfish wants. So what is the solution to that? Solution is there's more happiness in giving than there is receiving.
1000%.
Oh yeah. I'm a giver, and it's funny because I tell people all the time, I'm like, I tell my kids something that I've instilled in them. I say it's their birthday and Christmas every day. So I'll give my daughter something. I'll say happy birthday. She'll be like, it's not my birthday. Yes, it is. Happy birthday.
Look at anybody that you probably look up to today.
Yep.
They're self-funded.
Yep.
Money is not the driver. Money comes, but it's not the driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want more than that. They light up when they see people being helped, people coming out of their dark, saying, thank you. You changed, you impacted me. That's what makes them go.
What do you think about people? So when you impact somebody, because I think I've done that a lot with people. So the people that you get behind and like maybe you help them out a little bit, but then, they steer off and they fail and, or forget that you even did that for them.
So I stay online, one, to be the voice of truth, because as I told you, there's a lot of people taking my name and my images and making up their own story about me. Okay. So I stay on there. That's one. Another thing is I get a bunch of DMs telling me how I saved their marriage and I help them. That's a big deal. Now, if somebody came out there, took my advice, then fell off, made a mistake, that's going to happen. We're human. I'll probably open up my arms to them if they want to do it again. We all fall. We all fail. We all, it's not about, I always say you are going to learn the lessons in the failure. It's kind of what separates you.
1000%.
So you want to fail. You want to fail. It's just don't give up.
Yeah.
Come back to it.
Yeah. And I don't think it should change you either. Like I always so if something fails and then you're just like, damn, I'm not ever going to do that again. I always catch myself and I'm like, well, no, I'm going to continue. To be the same person, just because it didn't work. Like how you said the girl was nasty to you at the water fountain, and you're like, I'm never going to talk to a woman again. Don't let mean and nasty people hurt you, because that's what they want. Misery loves company. Hurt people. So if somebody's going to hurt you, that's on them. Don't let it change you. Be different. Yeah, I say that to myself all the time. I'm like, no matter what they're saying, I'm just going to continue to stay on my path. Like it doesn't matter. Whereas before, I think younger, I would be more like addressing to it. Like, why? Why would you do?
You don't want to stoop to their level, basically.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's something that comes with age or I don't know.
I feel like it does.
I think at the end of the
more maturity in general.
And then at the end of the day, we have to always remember we're humans. We fuck up. We have emotions.
Facts.
We have bad days. We have good days. We want to be loved. We don't want to deal with nobody. So
that's what I would tell men and women. Stop searching for the perfection.
Yeah, we're humans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was something that I always I know, like something I saw like always like growing up. Everybody in every relationship, it feels like they're no matter how good the relationship is, they're always looking for the next best thing. And I'm like, a lot of times they don't even realize they're with the best thing.
Yeah.
But if you're just people watching and you realize like, man, that girl found a really good dude, she still thinks that there might be somebody better. So it's kind of like what you said with that illusion. So they're willing to take this illusion because this guy over here, I mean, I've seen it happen with girls in that industry where guys blow them this smoke. And I'm like, yo, homie over here doesn't live in Vegas and he saved every fucking dime he had for the year to have this one experience in Cabo. And now he's done. But they will risk everything because they drag
for that
on
experience
journey. Yeah.
For that lifestyle.
So, I mean, do you feel like people are always searching for the next best thing, guy or girl?
But humans are self-sabotaging. Like in nature, instinctively they self-sabotage because anything worth anything takes hard work, and not just 1 year, 2 hard work for the long game. Like I was
Yes.
telling Glenn, marriage is about the long game, and people don't stay in it long enough to see the benefits. That's why there's not a lot of people talking about good marriages, because you have to be able to willing to stay for the long game to really talk about it, to really understand it. That's why I can talk about it.
Yeah, no, I believe in that
Mhm.
100%. And I'm like, but now what do you do when you're like you feel like you're turning this corner, like I'm hitting this 50. So my thing is I say, okay,
Doesn't matter. Not for a man, it doesn't matter. I don't think it as much.
do you
You
think there
kind of
should be
get good. I think men get real good at 60.
I agree with you, Jig, because here's the thing. Once I started really getting on my journey of going to the gym and being on point with that, I'm telling you, there's not a shortage of people who want to get to know you. It really is night and day. So that advice you said you would give to men, I think is spot on. If you get in the gym, get your head right, eat right, start reading books, know how to communicate, because you can just outbid half the men just knowing how to dialogue and say
Mhm.
hi. And so
It's very
little
true.
things like that does, help you to stand out. So, and again, just
And talk to everybody
yeah.
in real life,
Yeah,
not
that's
on social
something that
media.
yeah,
Eye to eye.
Yeah, like
definitely.
what do you think about that? So like one thing I found here in Vegas, like I don't feel like people are okay with, I said when you're touring the world, I can get off an airplane and become like friends with people like they were my neighbor forever. But here in Vegas, I find people are in these little fucking pockets.
Yeah, because they're coming here to have fun, and they're usually coming with either a group of girls or a group of guys. They're not here to meet and make friends long term. They're just out here having fun. So
Yeah.
that's why you're getting that little pockets of people,
Yeah.
Well,
The
even
unfortunate
though the
people.
people that are here, I feel like even
that
people
live
that live
here.
here, they still stay in pockets because people say,
Mhm.
are there good, girls or guys out there? Of course they are. And I say the ones, that I would ideally like, they're already married or they're with somebody or they've moved here with, and I'm like, I would never think about, like disrupting that.
I would want to sit down with you and find out what you're doing, where are you approaching these people? Where are you
At the
going?
strip club, dude. Where else is
Well,
he
then
approaching
there's your
these people?
answer.
Dude, I'm serious. He might
Hey,
need
but
a one-on-one session,
hey, but
honestly.
remember what you said. I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, listen, and this is funny. We're going to leave on this note. Uh, I've been going to strip clubs my whole life. And in Detroit, people don't realize 8 Mile is all strip clubs and it divides the suburbs from the city, but they're all steakhouses. So I'd go in there, but I never do dances. So not till I got in Vegas did girls sit me down and they're like, hey, if you just want to sit and talk to somebody, you still got to pay them. And then I'm like, okay, because I came from a small town, so I don't know. But a girl, a girl, it was pretty recent. Why don't you get lap dances? And I said, oh, that's crazy. You asked me that. I said, do you have a dog? And she goes, yeah. And I go, have you ever taken your dog to the park and it tries to like wipe its ass by itself on the grass? I go, that's kind of what you're doing on my lap. And I said, and it's not sexy at all. I said, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, you're rubbing your ass just like the dog. And dude, this girl died. She was like, oh my God. She's like, that's the best analogy. And I'm like, well, it's true. However, though, the conversations I've had are fucking outrageous. So I said, I go there not to seek out the girl or whatever. It's just they're so blatantly crazy that you can go there and tell them whatever the fuck you want. And I
Yeah.
feel like you said like the truth serum.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about you. So they're just like, oh yeah, fuck this bitch. And I'm just like, if you really sit back and watch them, it is a comedy show. And that's why I go. I don't go there to get dances, none of that shit. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a carefree environment. That's why I think men go,
Hmm.
No one judges them. You can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, people need spaces like that and they don't have any other outlets.
And I've heard a lot of those girls say, imagine being a girl and you go to approach a table and they're like, no. That happens to them a lot. So it's like, that has to fuck with you so bad as a female for people to just like,
Yeah.
you're going table to table. No, not it. No, no. And at the Rhino, they're like robots. You want to go in the back room? You want to go in the back room? You want to go in the back room?
Ah.
What's back there? What are we going to do? It's just, now it's 1,000 to sit and talk to me. Like, oh, that's crazy. But I mean, it's just I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, I should stay out of there.
I'll talk to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I mean, going to a strip club to talk to people is not a good judge of
Yeah,
like
for real.
women in general, or like even clubs. That's why I don't like dating apps. No,
Yeah.
no
Oh, God.
woman the women that are really attractive, they're gonna have a lineup of men. They don't need dating apps.
Well, I thought the reason for dating apps was because maybe the mom that's home with the 2 kids,
Oh
she's
yeah, you'll
not
get the
she's not
single
getting.
mom on there.
But
Yeah.
man, dude, I tried. My friend gave
Not
me
here in Vegas.
Tinder. Hey, and then every girl, I'm like, man, I found one. And she's like, yeah,
$500
$500. I'm like,
for dinner.
For what? To take you out to eat? I'm like,
That's
I'm
not
like,
including the dinner.
I'm
You
like,
got to pay
wait
for
a
the
minute.
dinner and the $500.
I'm a public
Jeez.
figure, bitch. You're supposed to pay
500
me.
minimum just to
Yeah.
hang out and eat.
You know, men are leaving
True.
the
Where,
country to find
what
women.
planet is he finding this
Dude,
stuff
he's
at?
got to go out into the real world. That's the thing.
Hey, you hear what she just said?
What?
And I did. She said you need to go out of the country, and I swear to God, I said that. I said, you know what? I said I'm gonna go this year to either like the Philippines or whatever. And I said,
They're just
Oh.
more accommodating. It's not that women nature is different. I keep telling guys, women are their nature is universal wherever you go. But it's just they're going to be more accommodating because they don't have the options.
Yeah, because they still argue
Yes.
out the country.
Still jealous.
They're still
So,
jealous.
If you're going to meet them over
controlling.
there, I
'Cause
think you should stay.
We're all
over there.
human.
stay over there. Well,
We're
Stay
human.
over
people
there.
people did tell me the ones that are very successful over there, they're not trying to come back to America.
Yeah.
No, they're
They'll,
not.
they'll say, if you like me, move here. But the ones that aren't, they'll definitely jump
Yeah,
on
because
them.
the
We gotta
ones
get
that bring them back end up housing their mom and their
Yeah.
relatives.
That, and then
Or-
they get the green card.
Or they get
and
addicted to the
then,
lifestyle
And then
here.
he does the man
That.
cave to get
Yeah.
away from her.
Once again, going back to the lifestyle.
get
People
stuck
in
in
other
it.
countries still want that too.
Hey, I can literally show you a
So-
text from a girl today that said, good luck with that bitch. You're going to have her mom, brother, sister. She's going to bring her whole family. Somebody just told me that today.
My
And I was like,
gosh.
well,
Who
just-
is
Does
he
it
messing
happen?
with, bro?
I have no idea.
Dude.
True.
listen, I'm on Hinge now.
We're doing an intervention for True.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna do an
shout out to
intervention.
Hinge.
Anyways,
Him?
Your picker is broken.
I know.
with all this crazy stuff. Gia, do you have any crazy plans or anything going on with you you'd like to share?
People think I like live this glamorous life, because they see all my pictures, and I'm like a bored married woman. Like I cook, I clean, I enjoy being home. I don't really like going out. I'm just
Speaking of cooking, those oatmeal cookies you made, hold on.
I
I'm going
love to
home
cook.
trying that
I love
recipe.
to cook. Yeah.
Ooh.
Does
what I like.
does your husband work out?
He is not a gym goer. He
Okay.
he teaches people at the summit. He does like blowing up cars and tactical work. So he's
Yeah.
doing activity, but he's
You-
not a I'm the bodybuilder.
You wouldn't want to, if you were married though. I mean, do you like?
Is that
I feel
important
even,
to me?
well, no, like even boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, I wouldn't really want a girlfriend to go to the gym with me.
I
kinda
tell
feel like that's your
people that you're
space.
not getting with anybody who thinks they're going to get with their identical twin is like asking for problems, right? So you like see these reels on social media. Oh, the person who works out together stays together, right? You hear that? I laugh. I'm like,
I hear that on
you are
everything.
setting yourself up for problems because you don't marry your identical twin. A man isn't going to think like a woman. A woman isn't going to think like a man. Okay. Stop trying to make him do what you like. Like women will do this. He doesn't walk in the sunset with me. So what? Go
Yeah.
walk on the
That's
sunset
a
by
little rage.
yourself. There's other things that you like to do together.
Yeah, I had to
Focus
tell
on that.
somebody. I don't like
Mhm.
museums.
Yeah. Stop trying to
Nah,
force
I
a man.
just
Do
don't.
it's
Do
like
you?
it's like what's
No, I
that
don't.
movie? What's the movie that
Some
where
of them.
it's Jennifer Aniston? She's arguing with him about oh, I wanted you to take me to the opera, and he's like, I don't like the opera, and they keep going back and forth. That's simply a woman trying to force a man to like what she likes. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Let a man be a man, and let the woman be the woman.
All right.
Know your role.
So before we get out of here, where I'm gonna tell you one more funny thing. I had this girl that's crazy, and she's a stripper, and she listen.
knew it was
Hey, and
coming.
I said this.
Go figure.
Listen,
The never-ending loop.
Yeah.
She told me
Dude.
this girl.
His picture's in there.
She told me.
pray
She
for
told
him.
me. She told me to go to this church. So I went to
Seriously.
this central church, which is kind of cool. I mean, the pastor there says everything. He's wearing t-shirt and jeans, so it's very modern.
Why did she say go to the church?
She was like, "You should go to church with me." So I went a couple times.
So a stripper told you to go to church?
Yeah,
Oh,
and but listen to what I said. So it's obviously church.
So we've
Sunday?
debunked You debunk the whole find yourself a church girl because that's what you're gonna find.
Yes, because she's crazy as fuck.
Well, she might be
But-
a stripper at the
Hey,
church, you know. So
but get this. So
he
I
can't get away from
I
it.
went one time and there was like a message and it's a real quick message they give you and I'm like, this place is hip, it's cool. And then she was gone the next week and I went, which was last week. But dude, literally they had a pool on stage and they were baptizing adults again. So I don't like her no more. So I said to her, I said, hey, if you fucking go on there and get baptized in that fucking water, I'll continue to hang out with you.
Dude.
But because I'm like, you are
Bro.
gonna die in that water. Like it's gonna. Like I said, it's gonna fuck up your hair. It's gonna all that shit.
Please.
But they were baptizing.
done.
Lil
adults.
Rach, we're doing an intervention for
yeah,
True.
we do.
Yeah,
please.
We do.
We're
We
gonna
need
do an
that.
intervention.
Ugh.
But
We got you, True.
please.
We got you, brother.
I always
Well,
see
we know Gia's not doing anything crazy. She's gonna be a
The next time-
housewife
The
and
next time I'm
hustling.
down here for Vegas, they're talking about doing like a meetup, like the conference I was in today that I did the
A
public
meetup.
speaking.
Yeah.
Thinking about doing like a meetup for singles, and I'll call you.
chime him
Yeah.
in.
Chime me in.
Put him in the front.
Yes.
I have to be in the front. I'm the shortest. I'm up there. I'm in the front regardless. So, there's a snort.
Ay.
All right. So where can people find you at? Miss Gia?
GMOcool.com.
On everything.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans too?
No.
Okay. How about you, Little Rach?
You can find me on the interwebs at Lil Rach, LALRAYCH.
And then you, Mr.
Across
Will.
all social media platforms at Mr. Will Roundtree, and that is MR, Mr. Will Roundtree.
Okay, and I'm just on Green Room Radio. I had my other page stolen. I do have a true page, but
Bet
I
it was
can't-
a stripper.
Yeah, she probably
Boy.
hacked me. Stripper hacked me. But I can't control two pages, so I'm just on Green Room Radio, everything. But thank you so much
Thank
for
you for having
coming.
me.
Thank you.
It's good
Uh,
meeting all of you.
yes.
Real nice talk.
Have a good vacation if this is kind of a vacation.
No.
What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
Yeah.
I don't celebrate birthdays.
You want to go to the strip club?
I never celebrated a birthday in my life. Yeah, I don't celebrate them.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, and we will see you guys next week. Peace
Thanks
out.
for coming.
Peace.
Bye.
Green Room Radio.